What's up, everybody? I'm gonna do a couple videos tonight. I wanted to put a new Inquiry red dot on my AK, and read a lot of good things on a few forums I go to about the Bushnell TRS-25, a micro red dot. Looks pretty nice. So I'm going to put that on my AK, and I wanted to do a video of the Ultimak. I couldn't decide how I wanted to mount it. I do have a side rail attachment on this arsenal. I've never had a rifle with a scout mount, so I don't know how I like it. I don't know why. I just didn't want a side mount optic. So I'm going to try this and see how it goes, and I'll do a video of it. And I guess I jumped the gun there, but if you guys aren't familiar with the Ultimak, it's a scout type of Picatinny or Weaver style rail that replaces your piston tube here of the AK. And now I've read over the instructions. I'll do my best. This might be a couple of videos. But first of all, the Ultimak looks machined beautifully. It's a nice looking piece of equipment. And so we're going to try and see how it goes, and see how much altering I might have to do to the bottom half of the handguard. Hopefully it won't be much. The one thing I foresee happening is there's these U-clamps. I'll get everything out and start to break down the rifle as I talk, that fit around your barrel, go up here. So I'm thinking the one issue I might have, depending on how long the threads stick down, I might have to notch out the lower handguard. So I have a Dremel handy just in case I have to do that. But a couple of tools, big screwdriver, some pliers, because of the latch on the bottom four handguard on this rifle is a bear. It's a bear to get out. So let's break this down, and we'll see how this will go. Always a challenge. Now this is the challenge. Now let me go ahead and take my muzzle brake off. Get that cleaning rod out of there. Alright. Here's the fun part. These things are on here tight. So what I've always had to do is get that up the best I can, just enough to get some pliers on her, and see if I can get it up the rest of the way. Which is always a challenge. Don't worry, I don't care if I'm marring it up. I use these rifles. They don't just sit around in my case. My gun's safe. And let's give this a little tap with the hammer. There we go. Alright. Gotta love the AK. So now in the instructions, and they want you to fit this, because once we put this on, we're not going to be able to depress that lever again on that lower handguard. So we basically put it on, put the handguard on so we can slide this forward and holds it in place. Then we take the screws back out, push that lever down, then put this back on again. But one of the keys they said to this, you see how it's loose here. Well, it's made that way, it's machined that way, because they prefer it mounted not all the way forward and not all the way back. So kind of half and half. So we'll get these U brackets started. And get these screws in and we'll mount. We'll find a good medium spot. Anyways, I picked this mount for other reasons too. Like I said earlier, I didn't want a side mount one. Don't know why. Just a gut feeling. I wasn't going to care for it as much as maybe this style. We'll see. But the other reason is, from what I've been reading, I'm going to still be able to use the iron sights through this optic. And I guess antithesis to what I've been reading, everybody has an opinion. No optics on AKs. I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people have opinions about not having optics on AKs. My opinion there, if you guys care, is that this is a close quarters combat rifle, period. I know you can shoot it at longer distances, but I think where it excels is within 200 yards. And most of the fighting, not that I've ever been on a two-way range, as people say, but most of that's going to be done within 100 yards. And that's how I practice with this rifle and train with this rifle. Taking a course or two through United States Shooting Academy with Eric One. He's a great instructor. Just recently took an AK class from him, taken AR-15 classes from him, shotgun, other stuff like that, but his AK class was spectacular. But that aside, been training with this in a close quarter roll. So, my first red dot. Anyway, so we got that on. The threads are sticking down a little bit. So now we put the lower handguard back on. And it is touching there a little. Yeah. So what I'm going to have to do, I brought a white pencil, is mark where these screw threads are sticking down. It's not much, but I'm going to take a Dremel to that and see if I can notch out that part of the handguard. I might just edit this part out of the video, but if you guys care to see it,